I got petty revenge on my micromanager boss by calling her at the worst possible times. My team leader, Sarah, is an extreme micromanager. She's a NICU social worker, only experienced with sick babies, yet she constantly tries to apply newborn-centric protocols to the rest of the team who work with adults. When I was dealing with an urgent homeless shelter placement for a family with 3 kids, she walked up, waved papers, and actually reached over and hung up my phone on the shelter coordinator just to talk about my documentation. The papers she showed me were for newborn discharge planning, which she insisted applied to my adult cases because the principles are the same. That's when I decided I was done playing nice. Sarah loves detailed reports and constantly emphasizes the importance of communication. I decided to give her exactly what she wanted, at the worst possible times. The next day, I checked her calendar and saw she was in her highly important weekly department meeting with doctors and administrators. Right at 10:15 a.m., I called her cell phone. She answered, annoyed, saying she was in a meeting. I ignored her, explaining I was just following her advice on communication, and launched into a detailed minute-by-minute report of my morning's work. 8:30 a.m. I met with the Johnson family about their discharge planning. We discussed transportation options for approximately 15 minutes. Then I documented the conversation in their chart using the new template you showed us. 9 a.m. I called 3 nursing homes for Mrs. Patterson. The first one had a waiting list, but I got her name added. The second one doesn't take her insurance, but I documented that for future reference. 9:30 a.m. I met with the social worker from pediatrics to coordinate care for the Miller family. We went over their psychosocial assessment, and I made sure to include all the elements you mentioned yesterday. This detailed report went on for 10 minutes, forcing her to step out of the important meeting. I started calling her multiple times on her busiest days, once in the morning, once after lunch, and sometimes right as she was trying to leave at 4:30 p.m., giving her every tiny detail about every case, phone call, and piece of paperwork. After 2 weeks, Sarah pulled me aside. She said, "Your reporting has been very thorough lately." I just smiled and replied, "Well, you always emphasize how important communication is. I want to make sure you're fully informed about my productivity." Sarah hasn't micromanaged me once since then. Turns out, when you give a micromanager exactly what they ask for, they realize they didn't actually want it.